So when I say get hooks in, what does that mean? What have I got to do? If I'm just sat here.
Go under the stomach.
With my hands or legs?
Hands and legs.
So if I say I need to get my hooks in though, what's hooks?
Around the legs.
Around the legs, perfect. So I'm going to tuck my legs in between Jason's legs. But if you watch with my toes, if Jay turns this way for me. If you watch with my toes, I'm going to go legs in, and I'm also going to wrap my toes around too, just to get a little extra hook in, a little extra grip around the legs. Okay? So then we're going to go into seatbelt position. Does anyone remember what I do for seatbelt position?
You go under the belly and wrap down.
Yeah, and then the right hand's going to go on top depending on which way around you're going. So we call it a seatbelt because when you put your seatbelt on, you're pulling it across this way, out over your shoulder and under your armpit. So that's what I'm going to do with my grips now. So I'm going to get my hooks in first and wrap my toes around the legs. And then I'm going to go left hand underneath, right arm over the top, and I'm going to get a wrist grip there and pull that nice and tight. If I'm just relaxing here, it's going to be real easy for Jay to start shaking me off from his upper body. If I tuck my elbows tight and I get the grip here, I'm like Jason's brand new backpack ready for school. Yeah? So, start from turtle. Obviously go hip on hip, we're going to step over and get both of our hooks in, and then we're going to get our seatbelt position here, okay? And we'll just finish there for now, alright? Get both your hooks in, hook your toes around the legs, and get your over under seatbelt grip here, okay? Alright guys, any questions?
How many points does Ben get for having his hooks in? 4.
Perfect. Okay, partner up, followed by Maher and then Ray, and then you guys do the same. Yeah, we just got perfect. Okay, so we're going to do 1 minute each. Little guys are going to take my back, big guys you're going to take Jason's back. You're going to get your hooks in, and then me and Jay are going to move around like crazy men to try and get you off. So what's important to get so we don't get shaken off? Cobbs? The seatbelt grip. Yeah, little guys, what about the legs? Where do we put our legs? Daniel? In between the legs. Yeah, and what are they called? Do you remember the names? That's what they're. Anyone remember? Hooks. You've got to get your hooks in and you've got to get your seatbelt. Okay? And let's get that head super tight as well. If I jump on Jason's back here, hooks go in first, see how the legs are in there? I get my seatbelt, and if I tuck my head as well, I'm a super strong backpack here. I'm going to stay in here all day. I can go to school with Jason, I can go to work, I can go wherever, because I'm super tight on the back. Okay? Okay, I'm going to put a minute on the timer, and then the first guy's up next. What's that? What happens if Jason rolls to his side, so throw. If he rolls to his side, and we end up here. Okay, so the first thing that's important is I maintain my seatbelt and I maintain my hooks. As soon as I let these go, Jason's got an easy way up. Okay? So I keep my hooks and I keep my seatbelt. The second thing that's important is making sure that this side that's under Jason's armpit isn't towards the ground. Okay? So if we switch around, if we switch around and I fall onto this side, Jason's now got control of one of my hands and I can only fight with one hand. Yeah, so I can only kind of go here. I can't finish my choke because one arm's stuck underneath Jason. Does that make sense? So if I'm here, which way do I want to roll?
Right.
To my right side, perfect. Now one of my arms are trapped. I've got one arm under Jason's throat and the other arm can be free, but we're going to keep the seatbelt. Okay, so we're going to start here. I've got my hooks in. I've still got my seatbelt. Which side do I roll?
Right.
Okay, which side do I roll now?
Left.
Perfect. I'm going to go to this side. We're going to keep the hook in from here. Okay? I think what we'll do to make it a drill is we'll start from turtle. I'm going to go here, get my seatbelt, and I'm going to push off. So then we roll to the side, and I'm going to maintain this position. So if we're here in turtle, if I'm here into turtle and I've got my left arm underneath, which way do I want to roll?
Right.
To my right side, perfect. So then this arm's above. Alright? Me and Jay are going to be helping you out, guys, but does that make sense? Have you got any questions?
So seatbelt first, no good if so if I'm holding Ben like this, I got seatbelt, I'm not doing like so get nice and tight with the seatbelt and fall to the side, what's over his shoulder. It's easy for me to control. See, I'm not nice and loose, and nice and tight. So even when we fall, I'm always giving him a nice hug. Yeah, so even when we fall, I'm not releasing, keeping everything nice and tight. You got it?
Perfect, let's partner up, guys. I've got my left arm underneath, my arms over the top. Which way shall I roll? Which way do I roll? Daniel? Right, perfect. I'm going to roll this way. Boom, and I'm here. Cheers. Okay, so.
There, you're going to come down a bit so you can see.
Yeah, Ray, come over this way, mate.
Yeah, awesome.
Okay, so now, because I've got an underhook on this side, this means I can control this arm by hooking it tight. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is get an arm bar from here. So I'm going to keep the arm tight. This hand's going to go around and control the back of Jason's head here. All I'm doing is pushing the elbow into the back and I'm putting an extra grip on this arm. I'm then going to move my legs to here. So my knee's underneath Jason's back here, and it's nice and easy to fully extend my arm and to go in, my legs, sorry, and to go into the arm bar. Okay, so if we go again. I got the hooks in here, I got my over-under, I'll roll into this side, and I'm hooking the top side. If I go to the other way, let's say my underhook's on this side and I go here, I can't trap. Have I done this wrong around?
Yeah, no.
I'm doing it wrong around. Actually, I'm not that. Never mind. Sorry guys, it's like the wrong around. So if I get the underhook on this side and Jason rolls me to that side, this is where I can get my arm bar. Sorry, I thought something was on. So this is where I can get my arm bar, because now from the top side, I can go around the front and I can start pushing on Jason's head here. And now this creates the arm bar opportunity. Does that make sense? So rather than going to the side we want, Jason's pushed me onto the wrong side. So now I've got to go, okay, what do I do from here? I'm going to bring my arm over and in front of the face to create some space. The left leg's going to come up onto the hip. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to push in my hands and I'm going to bring my left leg over at the same time. So I'm going to go from here, push, and bring my leg over. See where Jason's thumb's facing? Where do I want it? Do I want it here? For the armbar? Or do I want it facing the sky? Facing the sky, perfect, because if it's facing the sky, that means I've got a good angle on the elbow. Right, so we'll go again. We're going to start from this position. I want to roll to this side so I can get a good choke, but Jason's going to have something else to say about that. He's going to push me to this way. What's the first thing I've got to do? It's to do with my left hand. Daniel?
Make a space.
Make space, perfect. I'm going to bring this hand in front and I'm going to give Jason a little push here to create some space. My foot's going to come onto the hip to keep Jason from moving. And now at the same time I'm going to push and bring this leg up and this other leg's going over the top of the head. Okay, and then we'll get this position here before we finish, alright? So just holding the arm nice and tight. We're not going to finish the submission just yet. One more time. I've got my hooks. I've got my right, this side here. Jason's going to push me to the wrong side. So I'm going to, okay, make my space first, just like Daniel said. I'm going to push up a little bit, so I've got my space. Foot comes on the hip, I'm going to keep pushing, and foot goes over the top. Okay? And then before we finish the armbar, we'll just get this position. Is that okay, guys? Have we got any questions? Perfect, let's give it a try.